draft. So I say
Finally, yes.
we get to it, Mr. Messiah. So we're going to jump right in and hope you guys enjoy the new draft screen because definitely put a little bit of work into it. So without further ado, Great White North will be blue, Team Luxury on the red, and who actually had first pick? It looks like it was Luxury.
Yeah, Team Luxury, first pick. It ended up being Diablo for that first pick. Overall, great, amazing tank. Diablo has really started to shine in the meta for competitive play from Heroes of the Storm. And he's one of my personal favorites with being just that mean and starts, the engager, that strong engager that teams actually need.
That's interesting. But okay. All right. So Illidan bound, Sylvanas bound. We're going to put those up on the board. Don't want to deal with them here on the Dragon Chart. As you said, first pick Diablo. Really solid tank. Likely to see an ETC later here for Great White North because they seem to be the dominant two tanks right now. Great White North saying, well, we know at this meta, it's all about them sexy ladies. So put your hands in the air. Get yourself a Tyrande. Get yourself a Jaina. That's quite the roaming pair right there.
Yeah, we've seen this pick multiple times now in the scene where you got the lockdowns and then you have just that, non-stop damage, that burst coming from Jaina. So it really meshes well, both of the ladies together. And we're going to see some damage coming from both of them, that's for sure.
All right, Team Luxury is saying we're going to need some heals to deal with that damage, so they're going to take the big burst heals of Rhaegar. There is an Illidan man on the board, so Uther still likely to come out, I want to say, but likely for Great White North, but you don't really need the big lockdown to deal with the melee. So I'm a little curious that Luxury is actually going to go with the Rhaegar. So if they're going Rhaegar, this leads me to believe that Diablo is going to go Lightning Breath. He's just going to get up in front and dirty in front of you, throw out the Lightning Breath. Of course, he'll become a big target. You throw down the Ancestral.
Yeah, and that's something that we do see. And then actually, they end up picking up Falstad for their third pick there. Very interesting pick. We're starting to see Falstad kind of come back into play. It's a little bit of that damage dealer, getting more coverage in these games than what he used to back in the day. But solid picks from Luxury, and we're going to be waiting for Great White North Ice to pick up these next two picks on their draft.
All right, so Great White North, they needed themselves a real support. They needed themselves a tank, and at the same time, likely to put up either a specialist or another assassin unless they want to go for a double tank. But they know that there's a Diablo on the other side. They don't necessarily have to go for an ETC this pick round. And even if it does get stolen away, there's still, Mirrodin, Anubarak. There's still a multitude of other ready available tanks. So I wouldn't expect to see an ETC this round. Instead, I said, Uther, we're looking for them. It's a great CC. We don't have to deal with those melees. We don't have to deal with Sylvanas, but an Uther could still go a long way for the melee control. This would also deter Luxury from another melee to add to that lineup. But what kind of damage would they add to this?
Damage-wise, they can end up picking some pick that I've been seeing common for the last 2 weeks of doing matches is definitely we see Tychus coming back, a little bit of a presence there when overall he wasn't getting picked so much, but now he is starting to ramp up a little bit more. Third pick, they actually end up going with Uther. Very good choice for a main support. As another thing that we're seeing nowadays, instead of that Divine Storm, you see that Divine Shield coming out.
Now, I wouldn't really expect to see a Divine Shield yet. There doesn't really seem to be a big target for it, but you are right. We have been seeing a lot more Shield meta these days rather than some of the more Storms. But again, depending on how many melee we come up here from Luxury, we might actually have a very viable case here for the Divine Storm into the Hurricane. Although even then, with the Storm, it's all about that redemption at level 20. Great White North still thinking, what is this fourth pick going to be? Again, I'll be very surprised if it'll be an ETC. I fully suspect a damage dealer. Vala still on the board. It's all about them crossbows, yo. But, it's actually going to be a Mirrodin. Wow.
Very, very interesting. You would have thought, like you were saying, maybe another damage dealer. They don't have to pick that tank right off the board because... Luxury already picked their tank. They picked Diablo in the beginning. So, interesting pick from Great White North Ice there. As we know, Mirrodin, another one of those heroes that is being used a lot more for his non-stop stuns and slows. And Luxury with those quick picks over there.
Tassadar, Zeratul. It's all about the Protoss here for the Team Luxury. But again, that is putting us with that melee assassin type here for Team Luxury. That's going to be Diablo, Rhaegar, and Zeratul if they want to get down and dirty. Now we have Mirrodin. He's a great counter to a lot of aggression. Stun, you got the Pierce, 2 stuns, you got the Thunderclap later on, and then, Avatar just makes him a heck of a tanky beast to deal with. At the same time, Uther, again, we have 3 melees. It would not be too much of a surprise, I think, to see Divine Storm this round instead of the shield. And this leaves us with the last pick, which again, I'm assuming is still going to be a big damage dealer. And if we want to do the big peel, 3 melee is very susceptible to kiting, just bring out the Vala.
Yeah, I mean, Vala's still on the table. She's not banned from this game. I can't see why they wouldn't end up picking up a serious damage dealer like herself. Yeah, she kind of got a little bit of nerfs from, battle momentum over the last patch that just happened, but she's still up there as a top DPS dealer. And out of the blue, we see a Kerrigan arise.
Yeah, all right. Now, okay, I'm going to go with your first thought now. Shield. It's going to be a Shield Kerrigan initiate combo. We got Lunar Blazes. We got Mirrodin to protect her with stuns. That is 100%, I think, what they're going to be doing now.
And just from looking how they have this comp, this could be a very AoE kind of comp, as we can see. If Kerrigan goes Maelstrom, we see Jaina with either Ring of Frost, or, if she wants to, she can go with the Water Elemental, but she does have Blizzard coming down nonstop, and Tyrande, where we might end up seeing that Starfall also. So it's looking dangerous from Great White North, but Team Luxury does have a solid comp, that's for sure.
All right, so that is going to be your drafted team here, ladies and gentlemen. Best of 1 means you got to put that best foot forward, and it was Dragonshire as a pick here from the Great White North. Perhaps they have a hidden strategy up their sleeve, but the Jaina Tyrande, again, big burst, early game damage. Now they're going to be able to combo that very nicely with the Kerrigan, not necessarily the Illidan, but it's a lot of control. Everybody on the Great White North brings some form of crowd control here to the table, and that is a lot to deal with here from Luxury, because they don't really have a lot of tankiness to their name. They got the Tassadar and the Diablo. Everything else is free game when it comes to them squishies.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of tank and the squishiness, but they do have that damage. You see, we have Falstead, we have Zeratul. So if somebody gets caught out with their solo and these 2 guys come up and say hello, it's going to be dead end.
Dead end bears, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going into the Dragonshire. As we said, best of 1, best foot forward, but a lot of action can be happening on this small map because, I don't think we're really going to see too much of a roam Zeratul, maybe, but at the same time, I think it's just going to be all about that push, capturing one of those shrines early and seeing what we can do from there. So I'm excited, Messiah. It's the first game back into the Go4Heroes series. It's the new overlay. I really am testing it. Guys, give me your feedback out there as well. What you like, what you didn't like, what you could see done better. And going into this, I got to say, just excited to get back into the scene.
Yeah, man, you've been gone for a little bit now. It's I'm glad to have you back in casting these games, and just from seeing the overlay now, over the transition with the draft and stuff like that, it looks really, really awesome. So good job, and again for Heroes of the Dorm, awesome job as well.
Many thanks, sir. You definitely know how to sweet talk them casters. All right, everything looks like it fits. Everything looks like it's good. Let's get introducing our teams. On the left, it will be the Great White North Ice, and they will be Krusnik, TXZ, Finn, Switty? Yeah, Switty Crew, and Checkmate.
And on the red team, we have Team Luxury. On top, on Falstead, we have Freezy, Cinder on that Zeratul. We have Hextra on the Rhaegar, Dragonborn on that Tassadar, and down bottom, solo lane, we do have Kabink on that Diablo.
Kablink.
Kablink.
Kaboosh. No, it doesn't quite sound the same, does it? No. I can see Kablink going around and being like kaboosh just because he's Diablo and he dunks people. But nah, maybe not. Kablink doesn't really have that same.
No, I don't think it'll work that well, but we can hope, right?
Absolutely. All right, Mirrodin going to be holding down the fort up against the Tass mid. Looks like Checkmate will be up against the Falstead into the top. And surprise, surprise, we got the party lane forming in the bottom.
Yeah, typical lanes that you do see nowadays in the meta. 1 top, 1 middle, 3 bottom. And it's just be pushing back and forth, see if they can get that early kill. Kabink getting stunned down there, but is going to end up pushing back. Pulls over Finn with that overpower, and Finn is behind enemy lines here, taking a good amount of damage. And is Finn going to be able to get out? And yes, just with the skin of his teeth, she survives.
TXZ with that lunar flare just went way wide of the mark. I think they were really expecting more aggression than what they were able to put up. But now even Finn not landing the combos there on top of Cinder. And it's not really going their way as of yet. Haven't quite seen that cohesive team synergy. Kablink, not really even hurt at all. But here comes the collapse. Finn, as you said, on the wrong line of the side of battle there. And now Finn is just basically ping-ponging and body block. But the rest of the team is enough. Uther coming down from the top, and that makes the 4-man crew complete here because Muradin did show up out of nowhere as well.
Yeah, Switty crew helped that battle immensely. Just coming down there to the bottom lane, kind of missed the experience in middle, but getting those 2 kills was so worth it in their opinion, and they end up securing this bottom shrine and taking it back from Team Luxury.
Now that we do got both shrines going blue, Finn is putting up a little bit of a front here, but a little bit too far forward. No support. Checkmate was nowhere near. In fact, it looked like they were going opposite directions. And now, because there's no one top, Freezy able to get that top shrine. It is now secured. Bottom is nearly secured as well. Blink and Hextra just need to work some magic on this point. Here comes Cinder as well into the back. If they go for the Tyrande, it's definitely the squishy of the targets, and you can see that's happening exactly right there. Good Earth Shields and the auto attacks from Cinder is enough to secure that kill. And it does look like they will have to back off, unfortunately, and that will not be enough time for Dragonborn to pick up the dragon.
They didn't expect Cinder to actually come down, it seemed. Like they were all kind of huddled together. Cinder comes down, does some tags. Krusnik getting overpowered from Diablo, taking a lot of damage, very, very low, and Cinder is just going to clean up and do what he does, damage.
Yeah, but we do got the flash of lights available to the Uther there, so it's not going to be any more kills, at least for now. Switty crew back to the mid, just going to be dancing around here with this task star. Here comes the stun and Cinder as well, but Switty is going to have to just retreat out of this one. This is not a good spot because Cinder is going to be basically alone right there, and he gets it. It's not going to be enough for that Blizzard. I don't know why we didn't frostbolt, but even a kick there to the Dwarf as Muradin died mid. He died on impact. All right. Did not know that could happen.
That was an awesome kick. Very good job from Cinder on that kick. I'd give him a field goal for that.
Absolutely. So now Cinder's just tearing in here. Bottom lane, Krusnik is going to get picked on a little bit. Hextra and Kablink looking to do the body blocking things, but I have my doubts that they're actually going to get the Uther. Either way, they're making a big stab at it. Top is still just going back and forth. It's all about this mid-bottom region.
Yeah, a lot of fights been going down bottom lane. We also have DK, Dragon Knight, ended up going up top. He's just going to try and get these towers down so the lanes and the minions can actually push forward and get a better advantage and a level lead. As you can see, they are almost up 2 levels as of right now. So overall, very good job from Team Luxury using this DK to its full advantage.
Now we got some stuns here on top of Dragonborn in the mid. It's going to be the Rake, and there we go. Finally, we got that Dimensional Warp going. And the counter collapse not going to come down on top of Finn. Blinks forward. Freezy there with that Lightning Rod is able to take home the kill on top of the Kerrigan. And we're not done yet because Kabink is going in, and he threw the Dwarf over the shoulder. Cinder will be able to clean it up for the kill. But now, they're inside this fort, but fort is hitting Kabink, and that is not good news here for the Great White North because he can definitely take that pain.
You know that thing I said earlier during the draft, how Falstead and Zeratul is just a deadly combo to put together? That's pretty much what happened to Finn. It's just so much damage coming out from both of them that Finn can't do anything about it and just gets melted away. Good engage from them. Team Luxury definitely knows what to do.
And Team Luxury is definitely in the lap of luxury right now as they're very close to their level 10 timing to coincide with the next Dragon Knight. They've got a half level left to go, but we should be seeing the Dragon popping anytime now. And Freezy, he's been a boss up into this top lane. Let's take a look at him. He has updraft, would you believe? It's not power throw, it's not bribe. He has the range on the barrel roll into the gathering power and first aid, so a bit more standard there, but he's a very defensive Falstead. He's not a balls to the wall DPS.
No, especially against Jaina up top, he's just trying to stay alive up there, and he ends up pulling ahead and ends up coming down to the middle lane. So they're sort of doing just lanes where they're 10 now. They don't really have to worry about lane experience. Team fight coming out here, and Freezy with that, with that hinterland blast just in the back. And yeah, there goes Great White North Ice as they've just been melted.
Yeah, the great white. Yeah. Oh, I can't even follow that up inside. Well played, sir. But, I mean, heroics versus a non-heroics, it's a clear winner right there and very well staggered. I mean, they got, what, 3 kills? Easy. They got this bottom gate. They're going to take out this bottom well, and still they're just gonna leave the Stone Bros to it. They got Tasker there to help him out. No real resistance. Freezy into the top is, you know, still contending with checkmate, but it's okay because no pressure bottom has kind of just let him free roam up there. He got off his ultimate. He was able to fly back top, you know, doing that soaking thing that Falsteads love to do. And I gotta say, overall, Luxury so far is just putting up all the right pressures at all the right points.
And if you take a look at top, Freezy doing an awesome job just pushing checkmate back out of that. Freezy could have actually taken the kill on that, but he's just going to end up playing it safe and just making sure the DK gets picked up by Luxury.
Yeah. It's going to be on Hextra, which is the Rhaegar. And he's just going to say free reign. It's open season here on top of these forts, and here comes the rest of the team to support it. So it will be a collapse, and it will be the death of this fort. Very likely, I want to say we're going to get another. We don't have any gates left at all to impede progress, and Hextra still has a good chunk of hit points left on it.
Yeah, the usual that you do see is the rotations, like for the first Dragon Knight that we saw, where it was all about taking down the gates. You usually end up seeing this where you just rotate, you get a couple inner forts, and you go from there. And that's just what it seems like it's happening at this point. Very good rotations, and they're just controlling this board.
It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, Extra. As I said, goes up for this rotation. I'd be very surprised if we don't get this fort. We still have 7 seconds left on this Dragon Knight. I don't know why they're pulling back so far. They have all their heroics ready to go. They got, you know, even just that Ring of Frost out of the way, but they're not going to try to jug it out, and they're not going to push aggressively with it. In fact, it's going to be now the retreat, but the retreat is scouted out by the Sentinels, so you can't do anything sneaky here. In fact, you see checkmate throwing out those Frost Bolts, just looking to see what is up. So instead, it looks like we're going to split for Merc camps.
Yeah, it's going to be the time to start working on some mercenaries. You can see up top Cinder and Kabink working on that bruiser camp. Down below we have Dragonborn and Hextra working on that giant siege camp. So mercs on the side of Team Luxury have been acquired, and we might be able to see an engage down here at the siege camp.
Well, you're thinking of it. I don't think actually we're going to be in position at all. But hey, level 13 to 11, we got that talent tier now achieved. And the lap of luxury, as I said, is just being very kind here to Team Luxury, because with that level 13, of course, is another bump in the power. Thunderstrike, so more damage. Finally, a damage talent to go with that gathering power here from Freezy. And I'm actually really surprised we have an Apocalypse here from Diablo.
Yeah, I know you were saying earlier that you were hoping or looking forward to seeing Lightning Breath.
Yeah.
I mean, APOC is always that good choice just for that kind of stun lock. Freezy getting Lunar Flare, but he's going to be okay. Nothing's going to start from a no engage. Yeah, I mean, APOC's good. Lightning Breath's also good. VP goes down, and here's the APOC. Wow, a lot of damage going out. Checkmate gets melted. Finn gets overpowered, brought up. Swifty Crew in the middle of the pile here, taking a lot of damage overall. Freezy trying to get that Ancestral healing out, but it does not happen in enough time. But Cinder getting very, very low, and this battle is going in the favor of Great White North Ice at this point, but they're still going to go on. The fight continues, and Swifty Crew very low. He ends up getting taken out of this fight, and Finn is too far in. He's too far behind enemy lines as Kruznik is trying to escape here. Overpower goes out. Lunar Flare goes down. It's not going to be enough to save that fellow dwarf, and that Ring of Frost going down also. This battle just keeps going. TXZ ends up with that Lunar Flare. Ring of Frost comes out from checkmate, but it's not going to be enough to secure the kill on Hextra, as he ends up getting away with 130 life.
You know, Great White North, I really actually did see them coming out ahead on that one, because they had turned the tide. They had survived the initial wombo. Now that I think about it, yeah, the Zeratul with the Void Prison into the Apocalypse is definitely a wombo of known report. And then you, of course, see the Hinterlands Blast on top of it as well. They insta-give somebody there from Great White North. But despite that, they still came back very strong. Again, I got to look at it. You know, we had the Summon Ultralisk, not the Maelstrom. And so Divine Storm into a Summon Ultralisk? I don't know. I think it could have been a bit more powerful with the Maelstrom.
Yeah, all that additional AoE that's going out, because you could see that whole kind of fight. Everyone was pretty much grouped together. from what I saw. So Maelstrom actually would have, you know, helped the team a little bit better than an Ultralisk would have.
I definitely am going to maintain that for now. But either way, I mean, we're still up 15-13 here for the lap of luxury. And, you know, Finn, they keep going on top of this Tassadar. They need to really go for somebody a bit squish here. But, oh, as I said, cannot quite get that. Here comes the Ancestral with great Void Prison there as well. Got Kabink in it, but that's okay. He's going to live through it. And once more, we have the return. And Kerrigan is hitting the dirt.
So Hinterland Blast does go off from Fausted and just pushes the whole team of Great White North Ice back in, again trying to melt those caps. So overall, great attack from Freezy there, dishing the damage to take Kerrigan out of the fight. And this siege camp's actually going to go in the favor of Team Luxury, as they're going to get this in cap.
Well, there's no dragon that's going to be up for at least 2 minutes at this point, so go start painting that map red. We got top bruisers coming back in about 30 seconds apiece. We do got those bottom ones ready to go, and you see Hextra is making a beeline for it. If you take these away from your opponent, doesn't matter if they don't get too much done. It will keep them busy, and it will, of course, remove that pressure that they can put against you. So I like what they're doing. I like what Team Luxury's doing. They're regrouping. They're waiting for those heroics, and they are getting so many merc camps now.
Yeah, they want to keep control of the board, which is understandable. That's what any team wants to do. They want to keep their levels up. You see Kabink going in, leading up the charge. They're trying to engage from Great White North Ice, but I don't think it's going to fall up to be anything. And we're just going to have these giants down bottom, the Siege, just pushing here, taking additional damage. Finn's going to go in, try and get in there. Ring of Frost goes off from Jaina. Does stun a little bit. Kabink in the wrong spot at the moment, taking damage. But Swifty Crew getting hurt there, as the damage is so much from Freezy and Cinder, and it's pretty much just going to be a pushback and no deaths from either side.
Bruisers are still pushing strong. 3 of the 4 of them still live. We got those Stone Bros in the back. The Siege Giants tossing forward. Here goes the Shrines in 30 seconds. So we push and push and push. It's going to be free map control. Freezy can just immediately fly top. Somebody can capture bottom. And all of a sudden, another Dragonite should be at the beck and call here of Luxury. But so far, we have some pretty decent wave clear here from Great White North. They are maintaining their gate, although there it goes, and really have now stalled out the push. But in terms of the map pressure, I do not think they can really contest this next dragon.
I was waiting to see if Kabink was actually going to go in there, charge in and overpower and throw someone behind him for the team to gank really quick, because I saw that Finn was just being way too dangerous on how he was moving in front of that gate. But it doesn't end up that way. Overall, Team Luxury wins the 3rd Dragon Night of the game.
As I said, don't have the map position. They're just way too far back in the base, and the global presence of that flying Falstead has secured, as I said one more time, that Dragon Knight. So Kabink looking pretty good, comes right on in, but Needly just decides to turn it right back around. We still got that level 16 talents over the Great White North, so this fight is still not going to be favoring them whatsoever. It's up to the Luxury here to make something happen.
Now, just so we know, Kabink is the tank, he is Diablo, so they do not have their front man available to go, and they don't have Apocalypse ready unless he gets out of that dragon. Lunar Flare goes down, hits nobody, especially on a Tyrande. You want to be getting those stuns and securing them. Freezy doing a little bit of extra damage. We do see the VP going down. Is it going to be enough, though? Hinterland Blast coming out, taking Finn and the rest of the members of Great White North Ice down to about half. But there's going to be enough healing to heal everyone up, and they're going to start retreating here with the DK.
Without that Diablo Apocalypse, it really does take a big element out of that Wombo, and we didn't really get much of it there from Luxury. They were able to buy enough time to get the keep, and that seems to be what the goal was, because they got the keep and they backed off. Once more, they're going for their Bruisers. They're going for the Siege Giants. They're looking to put up as much mercenary pressure as they can now, while Cinder into the top was just clearing up some of those waves. Level 18, almost 19 now, going their way, and that is going to be very close to those Storm tier talents at level 20. And this is a very bad spot here for the Great White North. They've basically been on defense for the last 2 dragons.
Yeah, it's rough. They're falling behind. They need to engage. Well, they need to get a team fight, a clean team fight that can maybe get them back up into level advantage on equal terms. But for the most part, like you were saying though, when they do get to that level 20 Storm talents, it's going to be a rough road for Great White North Ice. Not just with team fights, but the ability to stay alive in this game.
So we got Bruisers pushing out top. We had Luxury actually clean up the counter Bruisers, and this is putting that pressure there on top of that gate. The double jump in and the freeze into the back is actually good, but there's Kabink in the front, still taking as much damage as he can. The bridge is superb here for that Apocalypse. They don't have a Void Person, not for another 5 seconds, but it doesn't actually look like they're going to need it. Switty is going to get the invulnerability there from the Uther, and he will live out. But once more, it is Finn taking a dirt nap, and they did not get a kill for their troubles.
I was, for a moment there, Team Luxury, I was worried about. VP goes down, but we do not have a pot up. You see Kabink going in there, doing some overpower, and wow, we do see Zeratul getting just melted there as he tries to go into an engage. And I don't think Luxury is going to be able to grab another kill here. Lunar Flare does go off. We see Great White North on the pursuit. They do not want this match to end, and Blue Team here actually goes down, and it turns it around. We see Jaina fall. We see Muradin fall on the side of Great White North Ice. And wow, what a fight on this bridge, as they so call it, the Death Bridge.
Kabink is still going. Finally, he is going to drop it. He has 5 seconds. He'll just be back in no problem. He did take Bolt of the Storm. There is actually no Apocalypse when he dies. He doesn't actually take the Hardened either. Tassadar, not entirely too sure what he wants to roll for his Storm tier talents, but as you can see as well, we got basically a full mage build from 13 onward here. From the Falstad. He has not only the Thunder Strikes into the Overdrive, but now Call of the Wildhammer. He's really going to be looking to blow up that Kerrigan. And Hexer and crew, they're not actually going to rush out this Dragon. I think they're really just trying to wait out for the Zeratul, looking for the better positioning, but bottom was actually sniped out by Finn, who's now on the retreat, and it'll be a wrench in the plans, but I don't think it's going to be something permanent.
Yeah, that was close. Ooh, Finn goes in, does lead, but doesn't do enough damage to Freezy. Freezy actually gets stunned in there. Lunar Flare and Freezy is going to be taken out of this equation. Kruznik going in, doing a little bit of stuns and damage. Kabink needs to get out of there. Ring of Frost, he evades it, but Hextra actually gets caught in it. Yeah. This is not going to be good for Hextra as he just ends up getting just taken out of this fight. And good fight from Great White North as they're trying to stay alive in this game.
This could actually be their first Dragon. They have the map presence, they have the numbers, they're all still very healthy, and they still got 3 heroics ready to go as well. It depends on how good the poke game is going to be, but Switty crew, it's going to be a tough window to get that here from Finn, and yeah, they're not actually going to be able to grab it at all. Bottom Shrine with the 3-man pressure. The Dwarf is a tanky one, but he is not that tanky. Either way, 18-20, and they got 2 kills on the back of that engage. That's actually very impressive for Great White North, especially since they are so far down in the levels, but I think this will actually be their first Dragon here.
They have the opportunity to take it. If they don't at this point, it'd be a foolish idea. You see Checkmate is actually going to be grabbing it. Yeah, this is going to be the first Dragon Knight, first Dragon Knight of the game for Great White North Ice.
And as we all know, the Dragon does scale with time as they go in, so this is a really good point in order to put a lot of that infrastructure down. Checkmate is, I believe, the Jaina. So Jaina has to be very careful about where she's about to pop out. We cannot allow her to get insta-give down on the back of this engage, but still, lots of hit points on Checkmate. It's going to take out this board. Here comes the big wombo. 1, 2, and 3. Everything lands on top of Krusnik, but it is the Uther. It means that he still will be able to heal out a lot of his teammates here. The blink forward there from Kabink, or actually, I think that was the kick from Checkmate. It's got to put him into the back line, but still, and now Checkmate has got to be very careful. Remember, that's the Jaina in there. If she drops out of this, and there she goes, she could be a big target, but Finn is going to be the target first. Gets off the combo, gets a heal, but the Ancestral is good, and there goes Kabink once more. Does not even look like this Starfall is doing a damn thing, and Cinder blinks forward, gets the kill. This is very likely the 4-man cleanup because Switty crew has nowhere to go.
Yeah, very, very good attack from Team Luxury. I wasn't sure why they ended up kicking the tank Diablo
into the back.
Yeah, into the back like that.
If they had thrown Uther that way, it might have been a big collapse kill. At Kabink,
yeah, I mean, don't really go after the tank in that. Get someone squishy. Get Freezy. I mean, Freezy that last fight before absolutely melted with just a little bit of damage getting flown to him. So, I mean, overall, Team Luxury, I mean, they're gonna have this victory.
Absolutely, and as I said, best of one means you put your best foot forward And it does look like they will be rewarded with their win. So congratulations to Luxury. They will move on here in the Go4Heroes Americas Cup number 20. Oh my God, the victory screen worked. Booyah. All right, Team Luxury victory with a really epic combo. I liked it, you know. I did originally say I'm going to be looking for the Lightning Breath and Ancestral, but that last pick, Zeratul with the Wombo, the 1, 2, and 3, almost every time taking out somebody from the fight. That was really, really key there.